Hello, welcome to Stampin' by Hannah. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK, and that means that anything you see on my channel, you can purchase in my online store. The link is in the down bar below. I am so excited to be recording a video for you this week. I am really sorry that I have not made it live this week at all. I tried to do Sunday, I had a horrible cold, I couldn't do it. And I tried on Wednesday and I had everything ready for Wednesday night. But my daughter has a cold, as do I. My daughter has a cold, and which means she's got a cough. And when my daughter coughs, she's sick. So I don't want to, and my husband's at work, so I don't want to be the only person in the house with her not feeling very well. And then on a live, and it's just a bit of a nightmare. So I thought I would do a pre-recorded, and then if I need to kind of cut and run, I can do that without kind of ruining a live video. And I'm glad I did it that way because my camera or my phone is playing up this evening because this is the second time I've recorded this. And the first time it just didn't save anything. So I'm really hoping this time I'll get through it. So there are bits of this I've already done because I'm not restarting the whole card. So I thought we would play with the Fitting Florets suite this week, which is the stamps and the dies. They are carrying through all the way to June. This is an early release. And then the paper, which is only available while stocks last or until the beginning of January. I think it's either the 3rd or the 4th, I can't remember. Of January. But there is also another stamp set which is festive and some embellishments. I didn't purchase those, but this is what I did purchase from the demonstrator pre-order that I had the opportunity to do. But this paper is just stunningly gorgeous. There are florals aplenty. There are some really lovely patterns in here, really beautiful colour combinations. Just lovely. That paper in particular, love. And this lovely lovely piece that's all polished pink. And then that's this big bold gingham that I really enjoy using. So yeah, the other thing about this is the dies, which are these. Oh, those. This die here cuts out some of the flowers on this sheet of paper, which I love when Stampin' Up do that. There are a couple more dies. They are about on my desk because I'm going to use them. So I have already cut a little piece of the designer's paper for my card. So I've sort of started already because, like I said, I got halfway through filming this. So I have a card base in soft succulent and a piece of basic white that I have embossed already with the Fern 3D embossing folder. I love this one, gorgeous. I've also pulled, and I think this is a really nice set of dies. This is the seasonal labels, because the ovals in the die set, let's have a look, are lovely. They're really lovely oval dies, but they're very big, and I wanted something a little bit littler. So I've pulled these seasonal labels, and I love these, not just for Christmas, because there's loads of labels in there. Like, that's a really handy set of labels, isn't it? The fact that it also cuts out some stamp images from one of the stamp sets is just a bonus for me. So I've pulled this lovely little label out. I've also got these two leaves, which are from the die set for this suite. So the framed, what's it called? What's the die set called? That'd be good, wouldn't it? The dies are called the Framed Florets dies. It goes with the Framed Florets stamp set. Love those, and I've already got a bit of the adhesive sheet on the back for those. Like I said, my piece of designer's paper, and then I've started colouring. This is the point where I realised that my camera wasn't filming anymore. So we're going to finish colouring these in. I've been using some Stampin' Blends, so I've got, because the colours in this paper are like, this is Night of Navy, Balmy Blue, Evening Evergreen, and Soft Succulent, but I've not got any of, I've literally got Night of Navy as a colour in my blends pen. So I've pulled Flirty Flamingo as my pink, because there is no pink on this particular piece, and some mint macaron, because it's a shade of the same sort of green. I think it'll work. So I was about to colour these two flowers when I suddenly looked at my camera and it said 0 minutes, and I went, I've been talking for about 20. So it's just, yeah, typical. So the great thing about blends is that you've got the light and the dark, so they're going to blend, perfectly. And I'm going to put a layer of the light pen on first. Now, with Night of Navy, that light isn't all that light, because it's quite a dark colour, whereas these two, you can quite clearly see that I've started with a light pen. But yeah, just getting that colour on, not worrying about it too much, literally just getting the colour on. I'm so twitchy now about this camera not recording properly. So there, and then the dark colour, and go around the middle, like flicking the colour out. And that this pen isn't, the Night of Navy, it's not that different between the light and the dark. So when you then put the light back over the top again, it's going to blend beautifully. And you're going to end up with kind of navy flowers, which are different. I don't think we get navy flowers in nature all that much. But I'm also completely okay with that. Yeah, because I'm not very good on flowers. Horticulture isn't my love. I do love a bit of gardening. I have no idea what I'm doing. So I just know that you don't really get flowers in this sort of colour. So I'm going to do exactly the same with this little flower. These are stamped, of course, in Memento Tuxedo Black ink, but you can, because all you need is a water-based ink really for blends, because they're alcohol-based pens. You can use any of the Stampin' Up colours with your blends pens. You just have to sometimes be a little bit careful, because they can cause a little bit of ink bleed, but it's not sort of anything too massive to worry about. So there we go. We are 7 minutes, nearly 8 minutes in, and we've not cut off yet. So I'm taking that as a good sign. Because the last time I tried to record again and it cut off. It cut me off for about 30 seconds. Just technology this week. I tried to record a podcast on, what was that day? Was that Sunday night? And I recorded a whole podcast, and it went, nope, you can't save that. I don't know. That's why there's not been a podcast this week, because I just couldn't bring myself to record it again. But so I'm going to skip this week with the pod and go for it again next week. If you've not subscribed to my podcast yet, you can find me on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And you just need to Google, it might come up if you Google Stampin' by Hannah. You might need to look at the Crafty Mindset. So, before we start with the die cutting, let's stamp our sentiments. So I'm using the thank you with all my heart stamp, which is beautiful. I am in love with the fonts in this stamp set. I'm quite tempted to go back and order the Christmas one, because I do love a font, and the fonts in it are gorgeous. But there's a bit of me that's going, no, don't be silly. No, you don't need another. You know, when you're like, oh, but I do. I do, really. So I'm going to just move that card out of the way, and then bring in my mini cut and emboss. This gadget is so cute. I need some washi tape, because I don't trust myself more than anything else. Ugh. So how is everybody? Do let me know if you're watching in the comments. I am genuinely gutted to miss Alive again. Do you feel like I've missed? Like missing 2 just feels like a lot at the moment. It's not. I know it's not, and it can't really be avoided. the joys of having a husband that works shifts and 2 small children. But I will be back, hopefully on Sunday, because I believe, yeah, I'm not the only adult in the house on Sunday, so I should be able to manage Facebook Live. That'll be fun. No idea what we're going to do yet, not a clue. So let's run that. We've got quite a bit of die cutting to do. This machine is so handy. It sits lovely on my desk. I wasn't convinced. I thought, oh, the big one will do just fine. Don't need the little one as well. But actually, for things like this, where you're just like, it's just a little thing, you don't want to get your big machine out all the time. And yeah, for video in particular, really, really handy. I know that's quite a specific thing, but if you're a fellow demonstrator and you haven't been convinced yet, I really, yeah, I think it's a worthwhile purchase. For me, this was, yeah, a necessary spend. But yeah, so just die cut all these flowers. They are absolutely beautiful, aren't they? I do love the floor. This particular flower here, I am taking part, or I'm co-organising a Stampin' Up team event in about a fortnight's time. I'm not ready. For our team, wider team, because Stampin' Up have a corporate event in November called On Stage, and unfortunately there's quite a few of us that can't make it because it's over in Vienna, which is beautiful, and I'm gutted not to be going, but it was just not the right time of year to travel. So because there's quite a few of us that can't make it to Vienna, we thought, me and my lovely friend Heidi, who you may know as Flutter by Heidi here on YouTube, we have got together and are doing a team event. So if you are not quite convinced yet that you need to become a part of Stampin' Up, you really do, because it's lots of fun. But do consider joining up before probably the 19th. I can probably get you in if you'd sign up by the 19th of the month, before our team event on the 20th. We do craft together quite a lot, whether it's in-person events or virtually. We do a lot more virtual now. One of those COVID things that we genuinely do now, get together a little bit more often, virtually, which is lovely. Makes a nice change. So let's do the sentiment piece as well. Where's the die gone for that? Where have I put it? There it is. The mess of a live is still here, even though I'm not live, which is great. Yeah, there's so many benefits to becoming a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I can talk to you absolutely all day about it. This did fit. I'm sure it did. That'll do there. Yeah, I can waffle all day about how much I love being a demonstrator. I've been a Stampin' Up demonstrator now for 8.5 years. I absolutely love it. The team is the reason that I'm still here, more than the crafting. I love the crafting. I love doing this with you. But the people that you get to meet, they are just the best, and they're why I'm still here. 8.5 years on. So let's just, we've got that piece of soft succulent with that adhesive sheet on the back, and I'm going to die cut 5, I think, leaves. Hopefully I'll get 5 leaves out of this piece. Might not. I might only get 4, but we'll give 5 a go. There we go. 1. I'm gonna bring it back because they're quite intricate. Back again. And when you've got that adhesive sheet on, sometimes you do need to run your dies through a little, kind of one extra time, because obviously you've got an extra layer, haven't you? So my take a pick tool. I did come a couple of weeks ago and got the die brush, but I don't need a die brush for these. They're not that intricate. mean, they are very pretty. There we go. Look at those. Look at that. It's just stunning. Ah! Oh. It's always when you want to be quick. It never works. I might only get 4, actually. That's okay. 4 leaves will do. Oh. Always, isn't there? Always one die that just will not part with the cardstock. I do love the take a pic tool as well. It's very, very handy for just getting in there and getting something out of it, like getting a die to release like that. As well as all the other possible reasons to use one. Love it, because you've got that sharp pointy end. You can swap that for a kind of palette, almost. Like a flat, which is great for getting stuff if you've left your stamps on your blocks a bit long. You know, I never ever do. Would never do that. I would never leave my blocks overnight with stamps on, or a week. So yeah, that's really handy. So that's great. Then there's ball tool ends. Then you've got the sticky end, which is great for picking up your dimensionals, your gems even. And then there's the die brush as well that swaps off, which is great. Love those. So I'm going to move those dies out of the way. And let's get our card assembled, shall we? I've waffled enough. So there's our card base and our piece of basic white. Let me grab my seal. And just pop some adhesive on the back. I have recently, she says, started to try and use some wet glue for things like this, because I know a lot of other people use wet glue and think it's really handy. Me and wet glue have never got on, but I'm trying, very trying. Let's pop that about there, and then my sentiment, I'm going to pop up on some dimensionals. Like this. And it's funny, isn't it? This, when I kind of thought about using this stamp set this afternoon, I had a quick scroll of Instagram and found a beautiful set of cards, which I will try and share. I'll try and find them again and share them, because they were gorgeous and they had an embossed background and sort of used like, they're nothing like what I've made, but I thought, I could case that would be fun. And then it's amazing, isn't it? You end up taking something completely in a different direction. And yeah, these cards, you wouldn't think that they would, where my brain had gone to get these. So it's dimensionals on the back of the big flowers, and I'm going to tuck that one under there and that one under there, and pop that one on the top. And then we've got our 2 littler flowers, so that one on the top there and that one underneath there. I do look like layered flat florals, just love it, absolutely love it. And then we just need to pop our leaves on. I think we do need some sort of sparkle on this. A lot of the samples that I've made have either some of the gold or the rose gold specialty paper on, and that looks really stunning with this suite. But like I said, this time I've not used that. I've not used any metallic actually on here so far. I'll pop that one up there. These are great because they actually kind of go different ways, which is really nice. Oh, I can still hear Neve coughing. I hate it. It really sets off my anxiety as well when she starts, because I'm just not the best at dealing with it. Yeah, never mind. we move, we get there in the end. So yeah, how is everybody? I hope that you are all really well. Has anybody finished making their Christmas cards yet? Yeah, no, me neither. Have I started? No. No. There. Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. Let's go for... Yeah, let's go for... These are the adhesive back sequins and gems. I haven't used any of the gems yet, but these sequins, I think they're supposed to be Coastal Cabana. But they're just really, really stunning. Shimmery. So I'm going to go for 5. Usually I go for 3. I'm going to push the boat out and stick 5 sequins on. There we go. So that is my card for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, I do apologise for being a day late and for being pre-recorded. But it does mean that the blog post is already up. So if you want to know any more about this card, find the supply list or anything else, you can click in the link in the down bar below. And it will take you straight over to my blog. Thank you ever so much for watching. And I hope to see, I will see you again on Facebook Live at 7:30 on Sunday night. Bye for now.